Stay. Dave. Yeah. Whenever you're. Oziv Zimratya Vayihili Lishua Oziv Zimratya Vayihili Lishua Oziv Zimratya Vayihili Lishua Zimratya Vayihili Lishua.
Well, Shavua Tov, and to people here, people online joining us for our Selichot service, which we have in preparation for Rosh Hashanah. We have our symbols out for both the new week, Havdalah, which we'll continue with in just a moment, separating this Shabbat from the rest of the week, holy time from ordinary time. Our shofar announcing to us the coming of the new year, 5,782, almost upon us. We are going to begin tonight with Havdalah. If you're here and you have a book, you can follow along on page 100.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'samim la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meorei ha'esh borei meorei ha'esh la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Kodesh lechol hamavdil ben kodesh lechol la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la
I love the ritual of Havdalah with its symbols, the symbol of the wine, the symbol of the spices, and the symbol of the light, each one representing something about Shabbat that we can carry in to the rest of the week. Its joy, its sweetness, and its light that we experience every Shabbat, we hope, and that we hope also continues with us, both into the next week and into the new year as well.
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hakiladi, Bimhera Re'amenu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David.
We continue now on page 104 as we begin our Selichot service.
Hashivenu Adonai Elecha Vednashuva Chodesh Chodesh Yaminu Kekedem.
Ashivenu, take us back, Adonai. Let us come back to you. Renew in our time the days of old. Return again, return again. Return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again. We continue with the song Olam Chesed Yivaneh, something that we've been singing on Shabbat services for the last, starting in spring and recently again, Olam Chesed Yivaneh, a line from the Psalms that says, we will build this world together from love along with God. Olam Chesed Yivaneh.
Olam chesedi panei, yadadai, Om chesedi panei, yadadai, yadadai, Om chesedi panei, yadadai, yadadai, chesedi panei, yadadai, yadadai, to build this world from love, yadadai, must build this world from love, yadadai, world from love, yadadai, yadadai. God will build this world from love, yadadai, yadadai.
Page 106. The psalmist sang, "At midnight I rise to give thanks and praise." And so we come to this hour of Selichot, under the canopy of night, to celebrate goodness, to proclaim what is right and true, to praise, to thank, to bless the great giver who gives and renews our lives. We turn to loved ones, to friends, and to our people everywhere, the whole house of Israel. And our hearts turn toward the human family. We pray for its healing. Yet hardest of all is the inward gaze, the return to ourself, the honest reckoning of the soul, cheshbon hanefesh. We ask how to account for selfish acts, lies and senseless anger, how to account for the shadows, the storms, the bitterness in our lives, the damage and distress we cause, how to own up to it all, find our way back with integrity, in peace. We ask, have we the will to change? And if not now, when? Page 108, we continue with Psalm 121 towards the bottom of the page. Esa Einai.
Esa Einai el Harim me'ayin yavo Ezri mein Adonai ose shamayim la'aretz. Adonai Shomecha, Adonai Tzilchayad Imecha, Yomam HaShemesh Lo Yakeka, Ve'yareach Balayla. Adonai Yishmecha Mikol ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ולך מעתה ועד עולם.
I lift my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Eternal, maker of heaven and earth. Page 110. Be patient toward all that is unresolved in your heart. Try to love the questions themselves. Do not now seek the answers which cannot be given, because you would not be able to live with them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answers. What is the nature of my cheshbon hanefesh this year? What should be my focus as I examine my deeds and my direction from now until Yom Kippur? What is unresolved in my heart? What questions are on my mind? What is unclear, uncertain, and unsettled in my life? What decisions have I been putting off or avoiding? Is there one change I would like to make in the way I am living my life and relating to other people? When I look over my accounts, what do I see? Which personal qualities need repair and strengthening? What habits of mind, character, and behavior need correction? Which relationships in my life are most challenging at this time? We continue on page 113. This quote that I'm about to share that's written on the page comes from Rabbi Bachya ibn Pekuda, an 11th century sage, oft quoted and very empowering, I feel. We are taught, he writes, days are scrolls. Write on them only what you want remembered. But we remember our weakness, and our days bear the mark of all that went wrong. On this night, we have hope in the one who sustains us. Though we stumble and falter, you promise forgiveness. If we stray from the truth, you do not forsake us. If we sink to the depths, your mercy uplifts us. If our urges betray us, your compassion is endless. If we distance ourselves, you do not disdain us. If we abandon your teachings, still you embrace us. If we seek you sincerely, your presence surrounds us. If we pray from the heart, you listen with yours. Though we stumble and falter, we are blessed by your promise. Page 114. Lead us to atonement. Master of wonders, mother of souls, forgive the darkness in our hearts, our loss of hope. Pardon our distraction, our ears closed to the pleas of the poor, and lead us to atonement. Master of wonders, mother of souls, forgive us our circles of secrecy, knots of guilt, shame and anger, webs of betrayal and greed. Pardon the pursuit of happiness that ends in worship of self, and lead us to atonement. Master of wonders, mother of souls, refuse to forgive our refusal to forgive. Release our grudges, hatreds, and feuds, puncture our stubborn self-righteousness, and lead us to atonement. Master of wonders, mother of souls, forgive our vanity in a universe of awe, our complacency in the universe of need. Pardon our failure to thank, praise, and salute every soul and every star, and lead us to atonement. Master of wonders, mother of souls, forgive us our disregard and insolence, our distance from loved ones and friends. Pardon our daily inattentiveness. our failure to notice that we fail to notice, and lead us to atonement. We continue on the next page, on page 117, with the song Ki Anu Amecha, for we are your people, page 117.
Ki anu amecha ve'ata Eloheinu, anu vanecha ve'ata avinu, anu avadecha ve'ata Adonenu, anu kahalecha ve'ata chelkeinu, anu nachalatecha ve'ata goralenu, anu tonecha ve'ata ro'enu, anu charmecha ve'ata notreinu, anu fulatecha ve'ata yotreinu, anu reatecha ve'ata dodenu, anu segulatecha ve'ata korovenu, anu amecha ve'ata malkeinu, anu ma'amirecha ve'ata ma'amirenu.
Our God and God of our ancestors, we are your people and you are our God. We are your children and you are our father, our mother. We are the people who serve you and you call us to serve. We are your community and you are our portion. We are your legacy and you are our purpose. We are your flock and you are our shepherd. We are your vineyard and you watch over us. We are your work and you are our maker. We are your beloved and you are our lover. We are your treasure and you are the one we cherish. We are your people and you reign over us. We offer you our words and you offer us yours. So forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement. We continue now on page 120. Page 120. Before the open ark.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechadun, Erech Apayim, Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nosei Avan V'Peshe V'Chata V'Nakeh.
We continue now with dressing the Torahs in their white garments for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the days of awe, as these new garments represent the purity that we all strive to achieve over these days of awe.
Et chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomhecha meushar. Et chaim hi lemachazikim ba betomhecha meushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed. Devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, ha'olam, ha'olam omed. Ve'al gemilut hasadim, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al gemilut hasadim. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lechar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Lehar Kodsho.
Please be seated. Page 121. We rise now to honor them, our elders, from whom we have learned stories and lessons, with whom we have studied and worshiped and celebrated the passages of life and time. Our elders who have taught us goodness, honesty, and the sanctity of life, whose mantles are worn with threads of memory, embroidered with silver and gold, majestic folds of silk and velvet, in royal hues befitting their rank, as brilliant as the sun. We rise now to honor them as they put aside these everyday mantles of splendor and don their sacred garments, the vestments of purity and holiness befitting the days of awe so soon approaching. Each in its turn is fitted with wimple, mantle, and crowns, each more stunning than the last. Majestic folds of velvet and silk to clothe the holy words, a canvas of purest white, as brilliant as the moon. The holy season has now begun, and the elders in their yuntif clothes stand proud and tall before us, beacons of wisdom and light, reminders of the holiness we seek on this new day in Elul. Continue on page 125. You have searched me inside and out with your beam. You have known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You think my thoughts before they arrive in my mind. You are my walking. You are my lying down. All my living is your knowing. Where could I go to be apart from you? To what place flee from your presence? Awesome is what you are. And this I know in the secret silences of my heart, where your awareness dwells and embroiders me into the fabric of the physical world. Out of the slender thread only your eyes can see, recorded by your hand into the book of the world, all the days of my recordable life, even before I live them. Search me inside and out with your beam. Pour your awareness throughout my heart like honey, and find the crookedness and selfishness there, and lead me away from it, on the way to your timeless time. Page 127, we continue now with our Vidui, our confession. As the days of awe draw near, we reach for the infinite. Mindful of our frailty, we seek the holy. Despite our mortality, we carry within us the Ancient of Days. Despite loneliness within, we sense that we belong to a single soul, a spirit that fills the entire universe. Let us find in that universal spirit a new source of strength and significance, more compassion, more generosity, more gratitude for life. Let our hearts be open to self-reckoning, and may we grasp how vital to our lives is teshuvah, the path of return. On this night of forgiveness, we confess our wrongs and take account of sins, failures of judgment, weakness of will. The hour is late. Our need to be forgiven, profound. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu tavo lefanecha tefilatenu ve'al tit'alam metichinatenu. Our God and God of all generations, may our prayers reach your presence, and when we turn to you, do not be indifferent. Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be blameless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong. Together we confess. Together we take responsibility. We continue with an acrostic, the Ashamnu, confessing our sins, page 128.
Ashamnu, Bakadnu, Gazalnu, Diparnu Dofi, I die, 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 I die, 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 I die, 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 die. Evinu, Vihirshanu, Zadnu, Hamasnu, Tafalnu, Sheker, I die, 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 I die, 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 die. Ya da 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 da. Ya atnu ra, kizavnu, latnu, maradnu, niatnu, sararnu, avinu, pashanu, sararnu, kishinu oref. I die 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 die, I die 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 die, I die 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 die. Rashanu, Shichatnu, Tiavnu, Tainu, Titanu. I die, 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 I die, 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 I die, 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 die.
We abused and abandoned. We acted without thinking. We blamed others when we failed. We boasted and belittled. We coveted and corrupted. We coerced the weak to do our will. We drove away those we loved with silence. We deceived and denied. We enticed and enslaved. We exalted money and material goods. We fouled air, sea, and land. We flattered and falsified. We gravitated to those who gossip. We gave up our ideals and gave in to our impulses. We hated and humiliated. We held grudges and refused to forgive. We ignored and idolized. We insisted that we were right. We judged others rashly and wrongly. We were jealous and unjust. We killed. We were knowingly unkind. We kept to ourselves in the face of need. We lacked commitment to causes we espoused. We were lazy and we lied. We missed the mark and minimized our mistakes. We mocked what we did not understand. We neglected those who depend on us. We were negative and narcissistic. We overreached and overreacted, too often erupting in outbursts of anger. We poisoned and polluted. We perverted truth for personal gain. We quelled the voice of conscience within us. We quit too soon and quarreled too often. We ridiculed and resented. We refused to accept help. We rationalized our failings and our flaws. We spurned the wisdom of our tradition. We squabbled and scorned. We talked too much or not enough. We traumatized our children with anger. We issued ultimatums and made ugly threats. We uttered untruths and undermined with cynicism. We were vain and vicious. We vilified foreigners and strangers. We wasted time, strength, and talent. We wallowed in self-pity, wished but did not act. We exploited and expropriated. We expected others to save the world. We yearned too much for prizes and praise and failed to share fully in the joy of Zion reborn. Page 130. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. For these sins, our God, we ask forgiveness. The ways we have wronged you under duress and by choice. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The harm we have caused in your world deliberately and by mistake. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The ways we have wronged you openly and secretly. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The harm we have caused in your world consciously and unconsciously. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The ways we have wronged you by hating without cause. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The harm we have caused in your world through gossip and rumor. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The ways we have wronged you through a selfish or petty spirit. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. The harm we have caused in your world by hardening our hearts. For these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. We stray and we sin when we fail to make peace the highest good, and when we are silent in the face of evil, when we forsake those who suffer far away, and when we shun the wronged and destitute among us, when we diminish God's image through violence or indifference, and when we fail to take care of those who depend on us, when we engage in slander or deceit, and when we distort the truth for personal gain, when we judge others rashly or unfairly, and when we stoke the fires of communal strife, when we fail to embrace Torah, the tree of life, to walk its paths and make its ways our own. We stray and we sin, when we offer no blessings, no words of thanks for the breath within us and for the wonder of being. For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement.
I'll come on again. Ve'al kulam Eloha Selichot Salach lanu michal lanu kaper lanu Ve'al kulam Eloha Selichot Salach lanu michal lanu Salach lanu michal lanu kaper lanu.
Page 133. Surely this mitzvah is not too baffling for you, nor is it beyond reach. It's very close to you, in your mouth and in your heart. You shall not threaten the rights of the stranger or orphan. You shall not take a widow's garment in pawn. Remember that you were a slave in Egypt. Justice, justice shall you pursue, that you may live to inherit the land that Adonai your God gives you. You must not remain indifferent. Keep and heed all that I instruct you. Thus it will go well with you and your children after you for all time. This mitzvah is very close to you, in your mouth and in your heart. When you reap the harvest in your field and overlook a sheaf, it shall go to the stranger, the orphan, and the widow. You must not remain indifferent. Life and death I have set before you, blessing and curse. Choose life so that you and your children may live. Blessed shall you be in your comings, and blessed shall you be in your goings. You must not remain indifferent. We continue on page 134 with the song Shema Kolenu, Hear Our Call.
Kolenu Adonai Eloheinu Shema Kolenu Adonai Eloheinu Rachem Aleinu Tefillatenu. holchanu Ata Tane Adonai Eloheinu Ki lecha Adonai holchanu Ata Tane Adonai Eloheinu Shema Koleinu Adonai Eloheinu Shema Koleinu Adonai Eloheinu Shema
We continue now on page 136 with the 13 divine attributes. This is a quote from the book of Exodus, and it mentions all of God's wonderful qualities of compassion and grace, forgiveness. It leaves off, somewhat conveniently, the last part of the quote, which says that God doesn't always forgive. But, we don't have to quote the entire thing. We can emphasize on these holy days those qualities both within God and with ourselves that we would like to see the most of. We continue with God's qualities, page 136.
Adonai, Adonai, Rachum Echadun, Erech Apayim Chesed Ve'emed, Notze Chesed Me'alafim, Nose Avon V'Fesha V'Chata V'Nakeh.
Return now, Israel, to the one who forgives, for you have fallen because of your sin. Return as the shrill sound of the shofar that rises from the spiral of the ram's horn toward heaven. Take words with you and return to the eternal. I will be to Israel like dew, they shall blossom like the lily. Return as the leaves in spring, renewed and beautiful. Stretch out your arms to God and return, like a child to her mother, to love and peace. Page 137. Page 140. Forgive us, Avinu, we have sinned. Pardon us, Malkeinu, we have transgressed. For you are the one who pardons and forgives. Or maybe it's this way. Forgive us, Avinu, pardon us, Malkeinu, and God replies, no, it's you. You are the one who must pardon and forgive. Forgive the ones around you, you're wasting precious time. Forgive your parents, they did the best they could. Forgive the one who betrayed you, let go of anger and move on. Forgive yourself of your own imperfection. Continuing on page 140, towards the bottom of the page, Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, we have come before you without pretense. Avinu Malkeinu, we are reaching toward you. Help us to find you. Avinu Malkeinu, strengthen us for the holy days that lie ahead. Avinu Malkeinu, be with us as we strive to heal ourselves and become whole. Avinu Malkeinu, help us to repair a broken world. Avinu Malkeinu, hasten for us the days of redemption. Avinu Malkeinu, almighty and merciful, answer us with grace, for our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Shema Koleinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu Lefanecha, Avinu Malkeinu, Chana Aleinu, Koinu B'Snei Chayim Tovim Havidu Shana Tova.
Please rise. We conclude our service with the blast of the shofar.
Tekiah. Tekiah. Tekiah Gedolah.
Shavua Tov, Shana Tova. Thank you for joining us.